Hello out there, all you wonderful people. This is Andre, the Game Idea Guy. Thank you once again for lending me your time and your ear, listening into another Magic discussion. And this time I'm going to be talking about StarFox Mobile. And I know for a lot of people, this might seem like an off concept, but it's really something that Nintendo could have done a while ago. And it was one of the first things I thought of when I remember hearing Nintendo talking about moving into the mobile sector of video games. So my thought process was to take the gyro controls from Star Fox Zero. And while I understand why the developers would feel like this would be a boring concept, make a game dedicated to dogfighting. And it could have single player missions where you're playing and you have like things you have to take out, and all these missions as you play them, they give you money for new parts and things for your R Wing. And and I would make it so that you are not playing as any dedicated character from the Star Fox cast. No, you're not doing that. And from the beginning, you have two options. You can play on the side of Team Star Fox, which would be the heroes, obviously, or you can play on the side of Team Star Wolf, which are the villains, obviously. But like this way, people have a preference to who they want to play as, or what faction they want to play with. And you can have like dedicated online play where teams of four are in dogfights with each other. Teams of like a Star Fox team and a Team Wolf team. I mean, Star Wolf team. Gosh, I said Team Wolf team. And but like I don't know, like, but I was just thinking like it would be a cool concept to go ahead and take that. I had originally thought of it as an augmented reality thing, but then I realized like that really wouldn't work for this because you'd have to be able to move around and see the people around you, and that might not necessarily work for this particular game. Now, having it available to be played online is a completely different story. But I still think that they could make use of phones having gyroscopic controls and tilting and aiming and turning, where you can make it a fun experience and people can get into it. It doesn't have to be as heavy-handed or difficult as Star Fox Zero was. Not that that game was extremely difficult, but something a little bit lighter than that, like, but with a similar control scheme. And it could be something that just delves into the Star Fox universe. Like, and Nintendo, please stop rebooting this universe. Stop rebooting it. You've done a decent job with the reboot of the story. Do not reboot it again. Let it move forward. Bring back characters that people like Crystal and things of that nature. Like, stop rebooting. Star Fox has been rebooted too many times. Like, it needs to stop. But that being said, like the design could be. I like the idea of being able to customize an R Wing, change up the colors, change parts on it to suit your personal taste, or just how you want to be able to play. I'm mixing my words. Suited to how you want your fighter to control, basically how you want your R Wing to control against other players, and the different parts that you use would change up the design aesthetic of the R Wing when it's flying. And and like I would also set it up so that you have like either the Landmaster or Walker is available choices to play in, or like I would set it up so that you have, especially when you're playing single player, when you're playing the single player missions, that you unlock different vehicles in the game And then from there, you can find parts and customize them. That's what I was trying to say. I don't know why it turned out the way it did, but you can get different parts and customize them to how you want your ships or R-wing or whatever to be. Like a player who might like having an emphasis on speed. Well, they could change their boosters on a regular basis until they got a booster that they feel works for them. That'll probably screw handling for them, but it's an option. Or somebody who would like to have their cannons be stronger or have better explosives. Like those things would be options that I think would be cool to explore in the game and allow players to be able to, again, fine tune their R Wing to how they want it to be. And then have like an online setup that, again, I guess this is kind of like Splatoon at that point where you're running in squads of 4 and your squad takes on another squad. But like, and I'd set it up so that you can have like, managed teams, and those teams can have up to 10 players per team, where you can have you'd have your top 4 ranked players, and then the other 6 are alternates that you can swap in and out as needed because not everybody's going to be able to play at the same time. But these teams can go out on team-based missions and take out, again, do like stuff like what was in StarFox Zero. So team-based missions where everybody plays a particular role that they have to fill in order for the mission to succeed, and then online dogfights with other players. Like those concepts make sense to me, and I think it would be cool. Then you could even have team training where you can have two squads out of the team taking each other on just to practice. Like stuff like that. Like, but practice wouldn't get you anything. Like playing against other teams and winning would get you rewards, and taking on missions would get you rewards. And this way, they could always set up events where Team StarFox, Team StarFox and Team Starwolf either have to constantly take each other on and win as many battles as possible. And however well you do is how much of the pot your team takes back. And everybody from your team gets an equal share. Or everybody from your team gets the exact same thing out of that. I like that idea. Like, and yes, it could be free to play, even though I personally prefer it would not be. But it could be free to play so that the player base can be a lot bigger and there can be more people playing. Obviously, people paying into it would get, I would say people paying into it would get more aesthetic items that don't necessarily affect the stats of their machines, where they just have like, where you have cosmetic only items, and then you have items that actually affect the internal workings of your R-Wing. And that's the stuff that has to be earned. Cosmetics can be bought. They can be bought or earned. Like that way there's no issue there. Okay. I don't know if there's anything else I can really talk about. I mean, because I'm really throwing all of this together off the top of my head on the fly. If you like, it may sound like a repeat of what I talked about for StarFox Zero, minus a few things here and there. When I was talking about StarFox Zero having the idea of StarFox Zero having a multiplayer mode for the Wii U, but there are some bits and pieces that are missing, but I guess it does sound kind of similar. But I think that this in the overall would work out, and it would be another way to garner more attention for StarFox and bring more people into the series and build its popularity. But that's it. I don't really have anything else to say on it. Thank you guys very much for listening. Keep your eyes and ears out for more stuff from me. And until the next time, enjoy your games. Peace out.